What's going on, y'all? We coming to y'all live, man. It's the Barbershop Talk Podcast. I got my man Dave.
Yo.
I got Vito, a.k.a. Mike Tice.
What's up, baby? What's up, baby?
So, man, we wanted to do something a little different this time. We figured we'll try the live thing, especially so y'all can kind of see who we are, man. I know for some people, y'all know who we are. Some of y'all kind of know. Some of y'all don't know. So it just kind of help y'all put a name with the face and with the voice and all that stuff, man.
Yeah.
So before we hop into it, as always, we're going to see what the boys got going on in their life. And we got a lot of good topics for y'all. So we just left Harper's christening. That was my second daughter. She turned 6 months yesterday. And so we had her dedicated at the church. Shout out to my man Robert Tillman, Pastor Tillman. He did his thing.
Yeah, good service, y'all.
So go ahead, fellas. What y'all got going on?
Man, just another week working, but, personally, I guess I'm trying to get home. My parents made it a point to let me know that I ain't been home in a minute. So I'm trying to schedule a time where I can get home. And I'm excited about doing that. Other than that, man, just working.
Yeah,
that's what's up. What up, Porter? We see you, baby. Thanks for checking in, man.
What's up, Porter? Porter House in the building.
What about you, Vito?
Man, so same thing, same here. Another week. I'm still getting acclimated to. I've always been working 2 jobs, but this, like I said, being full time at the school now has actually changed things because. I have meetings sometimes in the evenings that affects with my second job.
What up, Josh?
Hey,
appreciate that, homie.
You know what I mean? So, things like that, really got me kind of like in a pickle, but at the same time though, like I said, I asked for it, so I'm excited about it. It's a challenge some days, but I think it's gonna be well worth it in the end.
That's what's up. So we're gonna go ahead and hop into this first topic, man. It's getting warm outside. It's around that time for graduations and cookouts and all that good stuff. Yeah. I want y'all to just let our listeners know kind of like what made you choose, for you, Vince, the military, for you, Dave, going to school and going to A&T. And then I also want to know what things did you wish you knew, like around that 17, 18, 16, 15 when you was in high school that you ain't know now, that your teachers ain't really do for you, and that you kind of like, because we talk about it all the time, like, man, taxes being like, I ain't learned that in high school.
Right,
I ain't learned taxes until, I had to go fill out my NC4 and my W-2s and all that stuff. Right. So that I ain't gonna steal y'all shine. I just want y'all to tell our listeners, man.
For me, I'll speak to the military. I know in New Bern, the military is very popular for our young adults, especially coming straight out of high school. So it's one of the things that can really, really boost your life. You don't have to stay and do 20, but it's for some. School isn't for everybody, So I think that. One of the things that I would have wished I would have learned prior to me going to the service, I graduated when I was 17. So my father actually had to sign for me to go to the military. I graduated. I left out in that November. I just think I wish that I would have known the concept of making smart decisions. I wish I would have known how to. Money management,
absolutely.
I blew a lot of money early. I was doing I had at one point I had 4 cars, 18, 4 cars. What I mean? I probably had no lie, 50 pair of shoes. You know what I'm saying? It might not be a lot to some. There's some real sneakerheads out here, but I mean, you don't need 50 pair of shoes. Yeah. That's not including, my loafers and all that. You know what I mean?
That's
so I was blowing money. I was making dumb decisions. And I think that was one of the results in me not staying in. So I just think if you're gonna choose the military, it's a great avenue for some. But just like school, it's not for everybody. So make sure if you're gonna go in there, you go in there with the right mindset. It is your job. It can be your career though as well. So choose what you want to do. Make it happen. I think that you'll be successful. If you really want it. So push, try hard, listen to what everybody else is saying, as far as making smart decisions, money management, out there you thinking like you cool, so you got these girls trying to holler at you, females, got the guys trying to talk to them, and etc. So do it like that.
Yeah, that's what's up. What about you, Stancil, man?
All right, just be completely honest, yo. You know, if you know me, then you know I'm a huge State fan, and so State was my first choice, I guess. But it was kind of, and part of that's because my family went there. My mother, my father, and my sister went there. But I had too much fun in high school. I wasn't really serious about it, and so I had to dig myself out of the hole my junior and senior year. And luckily enough, I was able to go to T.
So yeah.
All right. I was able to go to T. I'm sorry. My fault, y'all. That's me getting distracted. I was able to go to T, and you know, it was the best decision of my life, man. I guess the one thing I would say on top of money management that I wish I knew, you know, was just the day to day, I guess, of being an adult. As far as like EJ was saying, taxes, insurance. Insurance, like even down to like budgeting and you know, just all that sort of stuff, man. It's no, I feel like that high school didn't prepare me very well for real world challenges.
Right.
If that makes sense.
No,
like,
no, I totally agree.
Nobody ever prepares you for your insurance policy about to lapse. How do you handle that?
Right.
Like, what is I'm using insurance just because that's what I do now, but it could be anything. I mean, nobody really prepares you for those things in high school. And so for me, it's really a holistic thing. I just think that there needs to be more, me and you talk about this a lot, man. There needs to be, somebody needs to help the young kids coming up and teach them about what's going on in the real world. Like I've literally, and I know we say this in high school at the time, but it's true. I've literally not done one algebra problem since I got out of algebra.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that's true.
But I paid countless bills, and it would have been nice. Like me and you just had a good conversation last week. I didn't know, and I'm 27 years old. I just found out that paying your utilities and all the bills that you have in your name doesn't help grow your credit. I never do that.
Yeah, for sure. It don't.
Nobody never told me that.
It don't help grow your credit, but it can hurt your credit.
Yeah, like so I was thinking, all right, well I pay all these bills on time, so I'm growing my credit slowly but surely, but that's not the case. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that I should have learned that in school, so I would have been prepared for that.
Right. So, like, I think in the utility world, you helping your credit and your report, but in terms of like actual credit report, was it TransUnion and Experian? You ain't getting nothing for paying your credit. I mean, paying your utility bill online. I mean, paying it on time. Excuse me.
Yeah.
And see, I thought like. That's things that you would have thought though. At 18, 19, I mean, there's no training for that. Like, and sometimes you just gotta get burned though. Real life situations will teach you, but sometimes in teaching you, I think you get hurt or you get like I like to use the word burn. You get burnt in the process. But that's something that if I would have known, I mean, when you know better, you do better.
Yeah. For sure.
And like take you were saying with the algebra. You need it because it's something that it's like I tell my students, school is in the way of the money.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I would argue I don't need algebra. Not real world.
You don't need it in real world, but you need it to get to where you're trying to go.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
See, that's the issue. Yeah, you might not need it ever in life, but you do need it because if you want to get a job.
Then I have to have a diploma.
A diploma minimum. I mean, I'm bare minimum. I mean, and you ain't make that's bare minimum. You're gonna need that. So you don't need it, but you do need it. But it's just certain situations you just can't prepare yourself for. You just gotta take it with a grain of salt, roll with it, and make the best of what you got.
Yeah, I feel it. What's up?
For sure. My bad, man. I was just thinking. There's a few things for myself that I wish I would have known. One being credit, which you kind of already hit on.
Yeah.
Growing up in the black community, we think that no credit is good credit,
Yeah.
and that's definitely not the case. You need some good credit in order to buy the things that you want. Unless you're a millionaire or you're a trust fund baby or your family's just well to do, you gotta have some money. Porter, man, I clicked on, man. I wanted to see what it looked like, so I had to click on and check it out, man. But y'all,
We're trying to get them stats up, man. That's what
y'all
we're
definitely
doing.
let us know. Let us know some of the things that you all wish that y'all learned or wish that high school would have kind of prepared you for. But back to this, definitely credit, definitely money management, taxes, how to apply for a loan, who do I need to talk to get a loan. And for me, I chose to go to A&T based off some experiences that I had in high school. I was able to go to a couple of homecomings, and that just kind of blew my mind. I had never seen so many black. I had never seen so many black and beautiful brown people all together and just having a good time. There was no drama. There was no beef. There was a whole bunch of stuff, man.
Investment, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Real.
Student loans, investments,
yeah.
But all of those. And so for me, even back to the student loans, shout out to my parents. They were able to take that first student loan for me to allow me to get into college. And then from there, I'm just gonna be transparent with y'all. I'm in like $70,000 worth of debt in student debt. And so, those are the things that we don't know about as a high school student. And so
What's up, Troy? Yeah, you're right. The kids don't know how to balance a checkbook. That's one thing that I think is kind of getting wiped away, but it's pivotal in money management. So
yeah,
you see
sure.
what I'm saying? Like if you can balance a checkbook, you know where your money going, why it's leaving. Eric Thomas even said, what he say, like if you look at your statements, then you'll see what's important to you or something like that. Yeah. Like if you look at your bank statement, the most money they say that's what's important to you. So whether it be your house, you spend it on shoes, you spend it on food, whatever it is, that's what they deem to be the most important.
Yeah. That's true, Naki. I was just about to say that even if you don't balance a physical checkbook, you still need to know how to look at your debit card and your account and be like, all right, so I got XYZ coming out for rent and utilities and all of that.
Right.
And make sure it actually come out and how much you're going to be left with at the end of that. Yo, Jerron, foreign languages for real, my brother. Even when you got to go to college, they tell you that you got to take 2 years. But as far as my Spanish go, it's no habla inglés. Stuff like that, man. So
Jess, what's up, Jess?
Jess, we appreciate you joining, man. Appreciate you joining. But yeah, it's just little things like that high school don't really prepare you for, man. And so when we get out here, and this is
not only high school though. Didn't mean to cut you off, but it's not college. Don't prepare you for that very well either though. In my experience in college, I never a lot of things that we talking about. I never learned. They never. Let's use your example. Mm-hmm. Let's use student loans. I was able. Luckily, I do have a student loan, but I was able to handle that, whatever. But they were never like, hey, look, this is what you need to do to make sure that you pay your student loan on time. This is how much you should take out. They never sat down and they don't walk you through those process. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff that they talking about, they don't do that in college either. You know what I'm saying?
But I think in college there's more opportunity and there's more outlets to get you to where you need to be. And so for me, college is your first trial period at being an adult.
You crazy.
But Gerard, you stupid.
What did he say?
We're talking about he passed 3 classes in college and still can't hold that.
But yeah, I feel like college is your safety net. That's where you can kind of do things. And I feel like there's so many resources out there. But I will say, because it's your safety net, that you don't have to. That your mom and dad or your guardian, whoever, is not there to say, hey, EJ, go check with financial aid and talk to them about student loans. Or go over to student programming or whoever and talk to them about XYZ.
A lot of people, their independence is what hang them, though. Like, you get so much rope, you end up hanging yourself.
Yeah, imagine you come from a household where you weren't even allowed to hang out past 9 o'clock or, be on your cell phone past a certain time. And then you get to college and it ain't nothing but free time. You don't got to go to class if you don't want to. You can go to parties now. You can have people over in your room. Like there's a lot of freedom. And so with that freedom comes responsibility. And so I think that if you don't know how to balance it too well, you can kind of get caught up.
I think, check it like this. So, I've been to the military in school, now currently in school. got a pretty nice, good job, make a little money, But I work 2 jobs. I live pretty comfortable. You, 2 degrees, nice job. You live pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
Dave, school degree, comfortable living. But how long did it take? It took me. It took me going into the military, getting out, going to school, grinding, getting work experience. It took you.
That's right on, Jeff.
It took you going to school, working, going back to school, working, getting experience. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It took you going to school, working. You know what I'm saying? Before we all finally got to this place. But I think the thing that sets it apart is no matter what path you choose, you have to really decide like, I can do this. There's better for me. And know that being successful isn't measured by what I've done. Just going to college alone, just going to the military alone doesn't necessarily make you successful, or doesn't give you the comfortability that you need. I think it's going to take some time. A lot of people, I know, like on my timeline, I see a lot of people talking about they got degrees, and yeah, they still trying to argue to make $12, or you see what I'm saying? They arguing about $12, and I get it. So I just like tell them something that can help them push through, because let them know how long it took you. Speak to your 2 degrees. Speak to the year you started at A&T till you graduated and moving, working in DC. You see what I'm saying? Let them know how that was, because some people are still struggling and think that, I wasted my time. I got student loans now. Well, where my money at? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think it really starts in high school or with your parents or whoever. It starts there, that you have to know. One, you do have to get some type of education or do something after high school. But 2, you got to have a real honest conversation with yourself about, what you want to do, and what roads it's going to take to kind of get you there.
True.
So yeah, going to school is cool. And this is not to make fun or do nothing to anybody. I got a degree in sports science.
I agree with that.
In the real world, you're going to have to couple that degree. And honestly, the college degree now is equivalent to a high school diploma.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you go to college and you spend all of those years. Unless you in like the STEM field, science, technology, engineering, and math, it is tough to come out and kind of get a decent paying job. And a lot of those jobs really aren't really that paying that well. And so I think for me, I started at A&T in 2007. I graduated with my first degree in 2012. Throughout that time frame, I had a job in the union. My senior year, I was able to intern with the Redskins, graduated, interned with another baseball team, did all of that, and still didn't land a full-time job. So then I left there, came back to New Bern, which a lot of people say, oh, man, I'm never going back to my hometown because XYZ, everybody's still doing the same thing that was doing. If it wasn't for my safety net that allowed me to kind of grow and kind of settle myself before going back to grad school. So I went back, worked as a physical therapy assistant, made like $9.75, maybe $10, something like that. And I had to drive from New Bern to Greenville every day, which is, if anybody that know, that's like an hour commute. And so I did all of that with a degree, and I'm in there working with people who don't have degrees. And so, I think a lot of it is really just putting your pride to the side and as we would say, just getting in grind mode. And so 2013, I decided, man, I kind of want something better for myself. I know it's going to cost me more money. I know I'm going to be in debt. But if you talk to anybody, education is a good debt. It's not necessary, but it's a good debt. And so I decided to go back to school 2013, finished up at the end of 2014 with my master's in adult ed. And it was still tough to get a job after that. I moved back to DC, worked a part-time job in housing and res life for NYU, and did that for a year. And I just knew that there was something better for me. So I left with no job. shout out to my support system for letting me do some couch surfing and doing all of that. But I left DC with no job lined up and came back to Greensboro on a wing and a prayer, just trying to make it. And so from there, we already talked about that part of the story. I worked, did some other things, and I finally just landed a job where I'm gonna be doing something that I'm passionate about and that I really want to do. But yeah, so I didn't mean to take up the Vince.
No. That's good stuff. That's actually, and then like Dave has a different route though. You know what I'm saying? Has a different route, and especially I wanted to speak with some of the things that you experienced being a general manager. Like.
All right, let me.
Vince taking over the show. I'm the moderator.
Not just.
I'm the moderator. Go ahead though.
Yeah, my joint a little bit different. So me and EJ came to school together. I graduated in December 2011. I went home because I couldn't find a job. Because I was always under the impression you can get a job pretty easy right out of college. That was not the case.
That's what they say.
So anyway, I went home. I went back. My parents had moved. I'm from New Bern, for those that don't know. My parents moved to Memphis. So I went home to Memphis. And I was out there for, a year and some change. And at the time, I was still dating a young lady here in Greensboro. She was actually at A&T. And so I came back to North Carolina really to be with her and to be with, my homies and all that sort of thing. So while I was in Memphis, though, I was working like little part-time gigs, working at Sports Authority, working at Target, that sort of thing. Then I came back and I ended up getting on somewhere that I never saw myself working. I ended up getting on at Zaxby's. And I started there in July of 2013 as an assistant manager. That was my title when I first started. They sent me to South Carolina for 6 weeks, and then I went because our store was being built. Our store wasn't even built yet, so I got sent to South Carolina for training for 6 weeks, and then when I came back 2 weeks later, I was lucky enough, or not really lucky, I worked for it, but I got promoted to general manager. So I was running the Zaxby's, if y'all familiar with Greensboro, on Cone Boulevard. So that was my baby. Y'all ate there, I don't know how many times, but anyway,
Free.
yeah.
Good thing he didn't work there no more. He would have just got fired.
but yeah, man. So for me, general manager was all about grinding, man. It was nothing, no higher education needed to do that job. It was all about. I did everything: taking out trash, cleaning fryers, making chicken, bringing guests up. There was nothing in that store that I would ask anybody to do I never done.
Straight grinding.
It was just grind mode, and that was to be honest, before I don't know, last 2 months that was the most money I ever made. I mean, I did good for myself, working in fast food, and I never really even saw myself there, but it was an opportunity for me to grow. I ended up, I stayed in that position for 2 years. I got lucky enough to get promoted, I guess, to director of marketing for that same company. So I was a director of marketing there for a year, and then I decided to leave. They ended up downsizing actually. So I just left, and then I completely switched it up. And so now I'm working for a marketing firm because I fell in love with marketing with them. And I'm also, doing financial planning and selling life and health insurance. So, you'll never know where you'll end up, but starting in the fast food and, kind of how that process laid out is crazy. I started out there like scrubbing floors, man.
And a lot of people like, man, fast food, no way. Ain't no way. I ain't about to work at McDonald's, Cookout, wherever.
I was the same way. I never wanted to work in fast food. I never saw myself working there. I scrub my share of floors, and you know what I'm saying.
You got to, man.
But you gotta do what you gotta do,
I
man.
clean toilets and everything with a master's degree. So
you gotta do what you gotta do, bro. At the end of the day, man, I got a roof over my head, so I'll scrub somebody's floor if it means I'm gonna have my bills paid. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, and I think that's important, man. Like all the things that we just said, like. It don't matter what kind of degree you got. It don't matter how high you up on the totem pole. All of that stuff. Like we all have to start somewhere. And so I think, you get out of school or you can get out of high school. Like I know it's a lot of people just finishing up high school. Say you don't want to go to college right off the bat. You want to, do some other things. I think you get on at Chick-fil-A or you get on at Walmart. Like, it's not about where you start. It's about where you finish. So get out there, grind, show up early, take your shift, pick up some extra shifts.
Yeah.
And people notice that. Like,
Yeah.
what Eric Thomas say all the time. I don't know if y'all know who Eric Thomas is. One of the dudes I listen to, a motivational speaker.
Nice.
But that's what's up, Naki. You got to trust the process. But you also have to, show up early. Show up every day and show up early. That don't take a skill. Like, you can show up early and show up every day, and you don't have to go to school for that. You don't have to take no special classes for that. If you show up every day and show up early, I'm telling you, people are gonna take notice. And then before you know it, they're gonna say, "Hey, Dave, man, I got a project I'm working on. You want to help me with that? Hey, Vince,
Yeah.
I remember that time you said you went looking for some extra shifts. You you still interested in doing that? Hey, I know a manager who leaving.
Yeah.
So you interested in like training to become the next manager? Yeah. So I'm just saying, it don't matter where you start. It's all about where you finish. So grind, do what you got to do. And I'm sure all of y'all got stories too about where y'all started, and where y'all letting y'all struggle, and where y'all letting y'all journey. Yeah. So definitely share that with us, man.
Share that. We would love to hear what y'all got, man. I mean, everybody got a process. We can learn from each other.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. And so everything, Kev, that's what's up. I'm telling you, it's all on your time. You gotta be on time, baby. If you ain't on time, then people gonna start noticing. People gonna start talking. Yeah.
Man, that's how it was for me, man. Like, I literally, everybody knows that I do kids all day long in both my jobs. But at the schools, man, I was a substitute teacher for 2.5, 3 years, putting in work. Every time they called me, I was going, putting in work, being the best sub I can be, filling in. I'm talking about like amazing. Like every time I was to sub, the kids would love me. Principals would be acknowledging me. Teachers would be saying like, why aren't you a teacher? You need to be in school. Are you? What are you doing? Like, so I just put in my work, man. I was coming early. I was staying late. I was doing all of that. I mean, like nonstop. And then, like I said, I was just trust. I was grinding. I was trusting the process. And then, as soon as the position opened for me to be full time, it was a no brainer. I got a call.
They called you. Oh, let's stop right there. They called them. Ain't that crazy? Didn't I just say something like that?
I'm telling you, look, I got a call. It was like, and it was simple. It was like, hey, if you want the job is yours. And that's because, like real talk, because I had proven myself. I proved that I was trustworthy. I proved that I could be depended upon. I could prove that I would come early. I would stay late. I proved that I would treat these kids with the utmost respect, no matter what the situation. Yeah. So, principal called me. He said, look, if you want the job is yours. I said, excuse me? You know what I'm saying? I was like, what you mean? He was like, Vince, you want the job is yours. I was stunned. Like he was like, you know what, just think about it. I can tell that he's like, you must don't want it. I was like, nah, it's not that, man. It's just that I'm shocked,
bro.
I'm like for real.
What you mean the job, man? I don't even gotta really do nothing.
Yeah, so he it was crazy, man. But like I said, I put in the work. And so anybody that know a substitute teacher is equivalent to like an entry level worker. They kind of get treated like dirt. They get you know what I'm saying. The kids kind of like talk junk to you and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like they go when it's, you know what it is when you got a sub. I got a sub today.
I got a day off.
I got a day off. Yeah. So, but I was changing the whole history of what a sub could do and should do. And so, man, this whole school, like no lie, the whole school was loving me, man.
Trey chill.
So like, man, let's trust the process, grind, put in your work, man. I promise you, I didn't believe it at first because I was like two years in, almost 3 years in, and I'm like, man, I know somebody see my hard work.
Yeah, it takes time. It definitely
I know somebody
takes
see
time.
my work. And I was almost tempted to give up. I was like, man, you know what? I need more money. You know, something was cool. I had the passion for kids, so I appreciate what I did, but the pay wasn't equivalent to what I needed. Yeah. So I was almost tempted to give up. Then I was like, you know what? Just stay. And then the job just sat in my lap. Like the job, you know what I mean, full-time bennies, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Sat in my lap.
Can't beat that, bro.
Yeah.
Respect.
Look, I want to switch topics, man, before we actually got two more topics I want to hit on. So what y'all think about Donald Trump, man, and all this bombing that he got going on right now?
I think I've been pretty clear. I do not like this dude. That's y'all president. You know what I'm saying? I just don't have a president right now, I guess. But, I mean, I will say that something had to be done, I guess. 'Cause you can't just be... Syria can't just be gas attacking its own people like that. But I just don't think that anything he does is strategic. I'm kind of biased. I'm not kind of biased. I'm all the way biased. I don't like Donald Trump. You know, so he could do very little good in my book. So I'm just gonna leave it at that.
What do you think, man? Coming from a vet standpoint, and because they calling this recent bomb that he just dropped, the mother of all bombs.
Have you seen it though?
No, I haven't seen the picture of it.
It's like a plane, bro. That joint is crazy.
It's a big daddy.
So it's gonna take out everything.
You already dropped it, I thought.
Oh yeah,
I'm pretty sure he already dropped it.
Okay.
I mean, it's not a nuke, so it didn't take out everything, but
Look, man. Trump is the president. There's nothing we can
that's
do
your
about
boy,
that.
Kill.
Trump the president.
I know you voted for him.
That's just like this is what we got to live with for the next 3.5.
Unless we impeach him and then we get Mike Pence.
He's not gonna make it out. He's not gonna make it. I'm telling you, he's not gonna make it out.
But listen though, if he wouldn't have made it out,
no, I'm saying he's not gonna make it out his whole term. He's not gonna.
I would have looked. I didn't think he was gonna make it this far.
You did. He was gonna make it 2 months.
Nah,
2
I
months?
thought I knew he was gonna get elected. I told you, I said
Yeah.
people believe in stupid junk. Like the stupid
Yeah.
junk is attractive.
Oh, gotcha,
I told y'all
gotcha.
that stupid stuff attract people. Like
Yeah.
you say something dumb, it's gonna get highlights. You know what I'm saying? That's why like Stephen A. Smith is attractive on ESPN because he say absurd stuff
Like
and people want to tune in.
When you talking about daylight savings time a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, stupid smart. You know what I'm saying? So I knew he was gonna get elected. I didn't think he was gonna last this long. But back to the bombing. The U.S. is like Debo. You know what I mean? We everybody knows that we are the most. My grandma gave me that chain. We like Debo, man.
Bruh. Okay.
Everybody know we know what I'm saying. We're powerful. We know that what our army can do.
Yeah.
If all we gotta do is say go, we say go, you're in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody understand that fact.
Yeah.
And I think that Trump is using his power because he think like, man, I don't care. I do what I want to do because at the end of the day, I got the most powerful army in the world behind me.
Yeah.
So I could bomb you. What you gonna do? You want war? Let's go.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So I think that he's taking the wrong approach to it because that's not what we're trying to do. That's just because we're powerful don't mean we're trying to flex our muscle.
Yeah.
And I think he flexing our muscle a little bit too much and too early. He just got there. He need to sit down. He need to chill. He need to do a little push-ups first before he start like bench pressing like that. Like he really putting us in some serious heat early with people with connections that we've had ties with for a long time with no issues.
Let's just make the list. So Russia pissed off.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
Check. North Korea pissed off.
Yeah.
Check.
And they already been mad for a long time.
Yeah.
Now he really pissing them off.
Okay. And now Syria, aka the Middle East, is pissed off.
Yeah. So what was interesting though? We talked about this last night. Well, I didn't talk about it, but I heard Antonio talking about it. Overheard him talking about it with one of his friends. And Antonio's been to Afghanistan and doing all of those things, and he was saying that little kids like Sophia will be over there with a bomb strapped to them and come out and try to do whatever. Yeah. And so his take on it was that Trump doing the right thing. Like Antonio, like you don't need permission to basically kill the enemy for lack of a better term.
I mean, my whole thing is, look, I don't have a problem with bombing people. Like, let me be clear. I don't have a problem with bombing people. Like, people deserve to be bombed. Let me just be real. But I just think that you gotta have. I feel like he don't think this stuff through. Like, I feel like he just be doing stuff without like. For one thing, he said that he's not going to use the advisors that he's supposed to use and all that. He said that coming in.
Yeah.
So I don't trust that he's actually getting good advice. First of all. I just don't trust the people that he keeps around him, basically.
And somebody recently got removed from his team or something.
Yeah, he got him out of there.
Yeah. So it's stuff like that, man. Trump just be on some other stuff.
His press secretary come out and say that Hitler didn't even use gas when he was killing millions of people with gas.
Yeah, everybody knows.
I just feel like what are you talking about?
Clearly,
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's the one thing I do remember in school. You know what I'm saying? It's Hitler and all that.
Yeah.
Like, that's one thing I do.
Yeah. All right. So one last topic before we go. We done went over our time. The one last thing is.
But it's cool to drop bombs though. I'm cool with dropping bombs. My fault.
This like Tuna though. Like where you at, Tuna? Like
dropping bombs not the problem. It's you just dropping bombs just be dropping bombs for no reason. Like Obama was dropping bombs to strategically.
Bro killed Osama bin Laden.
Yeah, he deserved to drop.
Bin Laden. All right, look, I got to do like a sports show right now. Each one of y'all about to get 30 seconds to tell me who gonna win the NBA championship.
Oh, that's easy.
Go, Dave first.
That's easy. The Cavs.
Why?
LeBron. I'm done. Conversation is over.
Vince, 30 seconds right here.
All right, look. So this was gonna happen. All right. I do agree that the Cavs are probably gonna be there, but it's gonna be a harder road. They messed up. They should have stopped resting
Who
everybody.
y'all got winning? Who y'all got winning?
Should have stopped resting everybody and play like they were supposed to play. They could have got first place in the East.
Yeah,
Everybody know that first place matters. It matters because you play the tougher teams.
They said Warriors and Spurs.
The Spurs.
Listen, everybody know
The
that
Spurs.
everybody know that you gotta get first place. It matters. The
What
road
up,
is
Alex?
easier. The road is easier with first place. So that's why I'm gonna give it to the Warriors. The Warriors have a better starting five, but yes, the Cavs have a better team overall, better bench. But what I'm trying to tell you is that LeBron and Kyrie can't do enough to mask the Warriors and their scoring potential. They won't be able to keep up, and they're going to be tired. They won't be able to keep up, and they're going to be tired. So I'm going to give it to fatigue.
Hey, the Warriors were better last year though, and that's a podcast for another day. But the Warriors were better last year.
Yeah, I just always like to get a little friendly rival.
LeBron.
Time.
There we go, Jerron. You know what's up, LeBron.
Man.
All right, look. Before we get out of here, man, y'all got any shout outs, anything that y'all want to, or nuggets too. We ain't dropped no nuggets today. So we've been dropping nuggets, but
I'll take my nugget like this, man. Shout out to I would really big ups to the city. Showing nothing but straight love.
What?
You know,
LeBron not going to the championship.
Straight love for Mac, man. Mac was a good people, man. I ain't really know him too personally like that, but he always showed love. You know what I mean? Dab me up, respect me when I see him. So, hey, the city showed major love for him. So I appreciate
what
that.
y'all trying to talk about?
That's how you come together. When one of the brothers, take a hit. So I appreciate that, man. I really like the way y'all came together and still coming together. So for all the family, for all the mothers, all the children, all the brothers, the uncles, the aunts, the cousins, anybody related to him, anybody close to him, I feel for you. But from what y'all saying, he wouldn't want y'all to be sad. He wouldn't want y'all to just mope and mourn. He would want y'all to keep doing y'all thing, keep grinding, and live a better life. So with respects to Mac, y'all keep doing y'all thing. Keep showing love. And like I said, like y'all showed out last night. I respect that. Straight love. So that's how I'm gonna keep mine going. Rest in peace, Matt.
Sure, that's what's up.
My fault for interrupting too. That was real my fault, bro.
Hey, shout out to the city, man. Hey, Tuna, I just saw your thing, man. Shout out to the cool kids, man. I ain't really had a chance to look into it, but shout out to the cool kids, man.
Doug, somebody keep going, man.
Hey, Doug, you lost your credibility talking about the Spurs, man.
Look,
talk about the Spurs.
Yeah, the Spurs. Hold on, Kev. Let's see. I want to see what Kev talking about though.
You have no good points. What the Spurs?
What they got? Kawhi Leonard and
that's it. And Patty Mills.
Ginobili 45, man.
Come on, man. Skip Bayless.
Give us more, Kev. You just can't keep saying the Spurs.
This old Skip Bayless cat right here, man.
Bro, just trying to be a tyrant, man. He just trying to be a tyrant.
He just trying to be different. That's all it is.
That's what's up, Dave. You got something, man?
Really, no. I can't really follow behind that, man. I think this podcast deserves to go out on that note, to be honest. And so I'm not gonna really even try to follow that up with anything.
True. How do we show love? How do we show love to who, Jerron? To our significant others? We'll hit that one real quick.
They want the podcast to keep going.
We're gonna hit that one. How do we show love? But be more specific. Real quick.
Give us more, Porter. We'll hop on it for another 2-3 minutes. Porter. All right, until he come back though, man. You ain't got. A little bit of nothing. A little bit of nothing. Nah, I'm messing with you. Man. I'm messing with you. I will say shout out to everybody that been subscribing,
Yeah,
liking, sharing, subscribing.
Show love to everybody.
They doing a lot of different things, man, and so we definitely appreciate it, man. I listen to a lot of different podcasts, but one thing I heard the other day, and I would just, for the people who don't know about podcasts, they got what they call net time. And so net time is just, it don't require any extra time, is what net stands for. No extra time.
Nah, we don't have a YouTube yet.
Nah, we don't got no YouTube page. No extra time. So when you think about podcasts, you can do that on the way to your job, in the bathroom, working out, going for a run, before you go to sleep, all of those things. And so I would encourage anybody to say, man, I don't really listen to podcasts. Just tell them, look, man, it don't even take no extra time. You listening to the radio or you listening to XYZ. So that's... What did he say?
The one on the left. Yeah, he do.
That's good.
That's
Look, let's hit Jerron's topic right quick. Though, how do you show love to everybody? So when I say everybody, I'm thinking like family, friends, significant others.
All right. So for me, love is shown in various ways. But love is an action word. Let's start there. Love is an action word.
That's deep. That's pretty good. I'm still that.
Some people show love through monetary supplements. You know what I'm saying? So that's how some show love. They rather buy you something. Some show love with affection. Some show love through their words. So it's going to vary depending on who you're talking to and whether you're talking to a friend versus a family member versus your significant other. But I really think, and it doesn't matter because the commitment must be there. Whether it's a friendship, whether it's your family member, or whether it's your relationship, the commitment must be there. Me personally, I'm not too big on affection, but I'm big on wordplay and
I think he Wale.
You say like the way wordplay? I can't say wordplay.
Wordplay Wale.
I can't say wordplay.
Yeah, go ahead, dude.
So wordplay, and I like gifts. You know what I'm saying? So I would buy you a car. And that's I just I'm friend. No, real talk though. So I would buy you. If I take you to Dairy Queen, I just said, hey, I really love, and I paid. I really love you,
bruh.
Like you can feel that, because I know how much Dairy Queen means to me and you and everybody that loves Dairy Queen. So I treat you to Dairy Queen. I said I love you. I get your nails done. I said I love you. I buy my boy a drink at the bar. I love you. Whatever it takes. So that's how I show love. I would say I do through money and through affection. That's how I show love. Y'all can.
For me, I guess I'm gonna go a different route. My love is like quality time, man. If anybody know me, I'm pretty big extrovert. I get my energy from being around others, and so I need to be around you. We're gonna spend time together. We're gonna do things together. We're gonna go out, and so sometimes it gets tough. Cause if anybody know, Dave my homie, but bro be trying to be like a little hermit, man. Bro don't be trying to lead sometimes.
No, hold on. Bro, hold on. I'm fiscally responsible.
No, bro be in the house chilling on the game, and he don't be trying to go out. But
what my bank account look like?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I think another big piece though. I think you can't choose like your family and stuff, and so when it comes to loving them, you got to know what their buttons are, and they kind of got to know yours. And like Vince said, if I'm paying for stuff, don't try to take advantage of me paying for stuff because I love you and that's my love language, and vice versa. Like if it's quality time, you got that one family member that really love quality time. Spend some time with them. Don't be ducking and dodging. And I think, and I'm only gonna speak for the black community. I'm sure other races, other communities do all of this too. But I think there's a lot of divided families based off not knowing how to love. And so I'm actually glad you brought up this topic, Jerron, because that's one thing that we kind of lack in the black community. There's so much dividedness, and I think that's one of them.
Hey, that family you describing is probably, no offense to my family. I love my family, but we just don't. We not affectionate. That's just not how we get down. So I'm more acts of service. You know what I'm saying? So I'm with Vince. Actually, I'm not with Vince. I'm talking about like I'm asking sir if I wash your car.
Right.
That's me.
No,
That's because
no.
he's still trying to be fiscally
No,
responsible.
No, I get it.
I'm
I
not,
get it. I
if
get
I
it.
wash your car, if I do some dishes for you,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
I cook dinner,
Right.
that's me. I'm not gonna be affectionate. That
Right.
just if you y'all that just I'm not. I'm very rarely ever affectionate. That's just not really how I get down. So. I will say I got to work on that because you got to kind of meet your partner in the middle if you're really serious about them. So I got to work on that. But me, I'm very much acts of service, man.
Yeah.
And as far as like if it's one of the boys or whatever, it's just like for I know he need that like he was saying that quality time or whatever. If it's one of my homeboys, Terrell, for him it's just like when he has an event or something going on, like I'm gonna go to his baby shower. I'll make sure I'll be there for that. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Russell, you look like a car salesman.
Word up.
Hey, so
Man, you a hater, man. Now I think about it, bro. You just a hater.
yo, I seen something on my timeline the other day, about some dinner being cooked, right? But then it was on a paper plate or something like that. Have y'all seen that one?
Nah.
So
No,
I
no.
guess I can't remember if it was the husband. I think the husband had cooked wife for the dinner for his dinner for the dinner
For the dinner.
for his he
Dinner
cooked
for his
dinner for his wife.
Yeah.
Some pretty decent stuff too. I believe it was like some shrimp, steak, la la la. You know what I'm saying? But it was on a paper plate.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, and I think she amped like, who you think you serving this to? I ain't no la 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 la. Like, how do you feel about that? Like, do you think your service was null and void? Like, like who do you?
I agree with Greg, but she was tripping.
Yeah. It don't matter with the.
It don't matter.
vehicle.
Right. I was gonna say the display.
Yeah,
Yeah, it don't matter the
that's
display.
right.
She was like, give me a plate, give me a dish or something. That was what she said. Give me a dish. Don't put me on no paper plate. Who you think I am?
If it was my household, we would got an argument about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would argue. I mean, because I don't think that matters. Like, I don't think that's important. It's the gesture behind it. You know what I'm saying? Because what if we didn't have no dishes or whatever?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So basically, like, I don't know. I don't like the way that I don't like that she would trip behind that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's important. I think she's missing it.
Yeah, I think she's missing the concept too, man. That to me, like, that's like a no-brainer, man. If I cook for you, like, it's not about whether I cook for you and we ate off the table. You know what I'm saying? Like, I spent time, energy, effort into cooking for you, and you gonna tell me you want a dish
Yeah.
over a paper plate?
Where that video at?
It was like a meme, one of those meme type of things. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I feel
Same
it.
thing with the tip thing. You know what I'm saying? How y'all feel about that? Like, do you have to pay every time or
Tip.
pay tip? Like,
I tip every time.
No.
Like,
whoever paid, like you and your girl or whoever you.
I try to pay every time.
And so she need a tip.
so she does she
Or
tip,
vice versa.
or do you pay and tip?
Huh?
So do you pay and tip, or does she need a tip?
Generally, I pay into like again. My rule is if it's my idea, I'm gonna pay.
Right.
Like if I was like, yo, let's go to the movies, I'm not gonna be like when we get to the movies, like, what's up?
Yeah.
Hold on. Tuna said Vince would have been like, "Oh, I'm sorry, man. Let me fix that." you know Vince saw. You know he would have said that.
Nah, man, come on, man. Like,
Oh, my bad, babe. Let me grab you something right quick.
Nah, definitely. Like when it comes to paying though, I think, like I said, when I'm in a serious relationship, at first everybody know. At first, you know what I mean. The men they need to do their thing.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's understood that first 3-6 months you need to be doing your thing, man. Let her know like, oh, he doing all right. We good, girl. He la la la.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to
Hold on, what?
he la la la. When it comes to a point though, that we're in this together. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know about anybody else's household, but we're in my household. My money is her money is my money. So,
You
so
married though.
Listen. I am married, but listen.
You gotta speak from a married standpoint.
from a marriage standpoint, or even
no,
if we're living together, then it's like that.
No, sir.
So look. Yes, I am
It's a
married. Y'all
community
not.
pot.
So it's cute. Like so.
it's a community pot. Then there's two separate.
Nah,
Okay,
ain't no two separate.
yeah.
nothing.
Oh, no, you
Nah,
wrong.
so like if I got 5 bands, then she got 5 bands, but we can spend it how we want to spend it.
Nah, you're drunk.
But
No,
I don't say, yo, you got 5 bands, so you get what you want to get,
Please let Dave speak.
and you get what you want to get, and then I can't. You know what I'm saying? We in it together. So if I want a new car and I need 2 G's out of your money, Like that's us. Like
well, I don't agree with that, bitch.
what's your take on that?
I just think there's a community pot for bills.
Okay, and then there's a
household living and stuff. And then whatever you bring into it, like if I'm married, whatever you bring into it is what you leave with. Whatever you earn is what you earn.
So you mean there's a community pot for bills? So instead of the bills $1,500, so you're gonna put that in there and that's it. So what if you left with $100 and she left with $1,500?
Well, if I got a halfway decent girl, she gonna make sure I'm not straight. She gonna make sure I'm straight.
Yeah, but so just because you left with $100, just because you know what I mean.
I didn't get a new job if I only got $100.
Well, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
You're in your grind mode right now.
But you saying that it's hers and your. So what if she spent all her money on that side?
Well, she spent all her. She dumb. She spent all her money.
No, that's crazy.
I'm not gonna let her. She's not gonna starve. She gonna have somewhere to stay. She gonna have gas in the whip, but she don't have no spending money.
I don't think that she should be over there with 15.
Why?
With no worries. And I'm over here like, well, at least the bill's paid, but I got $100.
Check
I think we should be together with 16. Take your 15, take my 100, and then we good.
All right, let me say this. In no scenario am I gonna let my girl just go hungry, not have no food, be walking around with shoes with holes in them, socks with holes in them.
No, I get you. I get you on that.
That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
But also, if you blow your spending money,
Yeah.
you just blew your spending money. I don't have nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
If you want to go get your nails done
It's
every
the
day,
vent show.
you want to go get your nails done every day, and you don't want to have no spending money, I don't need to be. Why do I need to start paying for that habit? That don't even make sense.
I agree with Dave, man. Like
none of that don't make sense.
But somebody asked about a joint account. I think the joint account, in my opinion, the joint account is for bills, household living, and stuff like that. And then
spend money on together.
And then outside of that, I think there's separate accounts.
Okay, good.
So on the separate accounts, there's Dave's savings or my savings, and then significant other savings. Because in that joint account, if all of our money just going in there, I'm making $30,000, she making $12,000, and like Dave said, she just out swiping, then I'm paying for her habits. And I think that you need to be able to if you have a realistic conversation with whoever you dating, then that shouldn't be an issue. But if you got somebody that don't really know how to manage their money and they just out doing their thing, I think that's bull crap, man.
Maybe I was misunderstand. We don't have one pot where it's just there.
Oh, it's not a free for all pot.
Yeah, we have two accounts, but I know that if I need money, you know what I mean, then I'm good over here. And if she need money, I'm good. No.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm saying I'm saying that if I look at my account, I'm like, dang, 2,500, dang, but. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I need is more. It's no question.
Do you need it or do you want it?
Even if I wanted it, it's no question that I'm like, well, I can't get it because it's gonna take all my money. And you know what I'm saying?
All right, so let me use you as real world, like
real world, yeah.
When you got that new bike, Sharika shouldn't have to put in on that. I don't know if she did or not.
Yeah,
that's on you. Yeah. She shouldn't have to put in on that.
Yeah. We together.
So
my bike is her bike. She might want a bike too. My bike is her bike. My Challenger, her Honda motor.
Sharika, where have you ever drove that Challenger?
She drove my Challenger the other day. Leaning in my joint too. It don't matter.
That little apple head wouldn't even look right in there, bro.
But what I'm saying is like we together. It's whatever.
Nah, ain't no way.
It's whatever.
No, man.
Money. We.
So you telling me that you made Sharika put in for that bike?
I think Sharika put in like $300-400.
Oh no, sir! No, sir!
No, man. You
no, sir!
Tell them about yourself, man. Talking about I'm with Vince.
Talking about I'm be leaning. But I think like she like yo, like all right, so
that come out of your personal account, not the joint account.
So check it. I wanted the Apple Watch, right? I was like, dang, I want the Apple Watch, but man, like right now, I ain't even trying to spend my money. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew it ain't my money, but I was like my money. So she was like,
you want to spend her money?
She was like, yeah, let's go get it then. We go half on it and we good with our money.
No, I just don't agree with that. You have to get that next month then.
I gotta get it next month.
In my house, you just gotta get it next month. But I don't know. Unless if I do nice stuff, you know what I mean. But most of the time, you just gotta get that next check. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Look, this your rent check and your bills check. Yeah. The next check you can play with.
Yeah. The next check you can be straight.
That's crazy.
Ain't no way.
That's crazy. Man.
I can't even.
Man, y'all gotta somebody gotta be feeling me right here, man.
Sharika, I can't believe you got finesse like that.
Sharika, she my dog. We down, man. Boom, boom. We down, man.
Yep.
We down, man.
Yeah, man, you out here finessing, bro.
Yeah.
Nah.
I went to boys, man. Will said it. Nah, Vincent Will married.
They look. Nah,
Hey, Will, bro was tripping, right?
Y'all got the wrong mindset, man. When y'all think like it's mine, and when you
Look
think
at
like it's
Kid.
hers.
I mean, look at Reek talking about don't be selfish.
Ain't nobody being selfish.
You gotta look. It ain't no mine and yours, bro. It's us, yo. Like if
us
I'm rich,
is
we
the community
rich.
pot.
Yeah.
Not just
us.
the community pot.
It's
all
us, it is
pot.
ours.
It's
Yeah.
all pot.
All
It's
right, so-
I make mine, you make yours, but it's ours. Like
All right, so you don't believe in prenups?
prenup my butt.
Are you drunk?
We look
drunk,
prenup.
man.
Look, the prenup is if we split. Then we just gonna split this mug. If you came with it, then I got it now because you came to me. Like straight up, split that. Split that right in my account. That's what you split. You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
Yes, you tripping, man.
What?
You drunk, man.
Split that right in my account.
You tripping. Look, man, what we got? We got about 5 more minutes. About 5 more minutes. Let me see.
5 more minutes.
Look, I want to ask y'all. I mean, we've been kind of high. Let me bring it down. When the last time y'all cried, man? I mean, like cry.
That's real personal.
Drop some tears, man.
Cry. All right, for me. So sometimes I don't know. I don't know if I'm the only guy in America that will admit that he gets depressed. All right. So sometimes I get depressed, and I'm like, man, Vince, what are you doing? You look like you gained 20 pounds since high school. Vince, what are you doing? You ain't making X amount of money. Vince, why don't you live here? Vince, why you ain't treating Sharika a certain way? Vince, why you don't do this? Vince, why you don't do that? And I just beat up on myself and I get depressed. So I don't know if I'm the only one, but I get depressed sometimes. And when I get depressed, man, I get to tripping, man, start crying, looking all at the ceiling, water going back to the pillows, you know what I'm saying? Like, come my head back. But so that's when I cry. Usually that's when I cry. I don't cry often. If I cry, I'm really mad and I'm probably ready to fight. So I don't cry often. But when I cry, it's probably because I get in this little pity party and I get depressed. You know what I mean? Give me about 30 minutes. I'll get myself together. I'll start thinking about the positives that I do have, and I'll be good, man. But that's probably the last time I cried.
Yeah. What about you, Stancil?
I don't know. It actually was crazy. It actually was like 3 months ago or 2 months ago. I don't know. It was 2 months ago. I'm gonna tell you why though. It's crazy. Well, not really crazy, but it was 2 months ago, and the last time before that had been like a couple years or whatever. But because I was in the transition in between jobs, and it was really 3 people that was really there for me. And we was in the house one night drinking and just hanging out playing board games actually. And I just wanted to let them know, you know, how much them looking out for me when I was trying to transition between my jobs and all that, how much that meant to me. And it ended up getting real. And, you know, your boy, you know, I dropped that glory tear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, that's how it went down. But it was important for me in that moment to let them know that I appreciate them having my back. Because, you know, people like to jump ship once you're not a life of the party or whatever. Not saying I was, but once things change for you, people like to jump ship on you. So it's important when, like, you know, you down or you're going through a valley or whatever, and people are there for you, you let them know that you appreciate it. And so that moment kind of got real. It's a moment that everybody, you know, some of these people in the stream or whatever, they know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, everybody wasn't privy, man. Everybody wasn't privy. For me, for me, man, it was at church, and it was kind of similar to what Dave said, man. The pastor was talking about something, and then I started thinking about, like, man, how far I've come up out that valley, and things really started to turn around for me and my family and my circle and things like that. And I just thought about how good we got it right now, man. That's not to brag or gloat or anything, but we just doing really well right now. And so, you know, that got me. I got emotional, started tearing up, and yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Hey,
ain't nothing wrong with crime, man.
You need a release every now and again.
Yeah,
you gotta release,
man. Wrong with crime, man. Don't cry all the time though, like a little punk. But
what up?
Do what you gotta do.
Yeah. Look though, so we really about to get up out of here this time, man. I was last time it was premature. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, man, I appreciate y'all tuning in. I appreciate the support. Listen, we can't go live all the time, all right? Understanding that I'm in a different location, but I can assure you every time I come to the same location, we will go live. I appreciate you tuning in. I
OG,
appreciate the
triple
viewers.
OG.
I appreciate the comments. I appreciate everybody doing everything you do to support us. Please like, comment, and share, and continue to do what you guys do.
Yeah, man. Facebook. We on Facebook. We on Instagram.
Yeah.
Twitter. SoundCloud.
Right.
iTunes. We everywhere y'all need us to be, man. And so
we went an hour, man. Told me
yeah,
to go longer, man.
yeah. We definitely appreciate the love. We gotta get off, man. Hey, y'all wanting more. Gotta have some more.
This little POS about to die anyway. A whole week iPhone anyway.
Man, iPhone shy.
Yeah, you got something today? Or you good?
Just kind of echo them,
Thanks,
man. We appreciate the support, man. It's been really, the word I keep using over and over again is humbling.
Yeah.
And so we really, really do appreciate it. And we also we know that y'all out there doing y'all own thing, doing big things, and we want to support y'all as well. So we would like to Vince actually had a good idea, man. We want to, if there's a way we can support y'all, let us know. We'll be happy to shout y'all out. Hopefully y'all do the same for us. So we just appreciate all the love. Keep it coming, and we'll talk to y'all next week.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Look, man, we said it earlier though. I just want to say, when it's about family, man, love them while you can, man. Tomorrow ain't promised, so call that person that you beefing with or you ain't talked to in a long time, and just let them know you love them, man.
Steve Harvey.
So, with that being said, we'll catch y'all next week, man.
All right.
Peace.
That was well worth it.
Yeah, that's straight. Come on, say, man, get that joint off me.